Hi everybody. Today we're going to do a tutorial. I had a request for block 8, the Chevron Relief Stitch. So actually this is one that I had issues with that I had to rip out 2 or 3 times. So, it's not impossible that I'll have difficulty doing it this time. It wasn't a difficult block, but it was just, following the pattern because there's a 12 row repeat. This is probably one of the longest repeat rows, so this may be a little lengthy, but I hope I'll be able to explain it to you properly. But this is the stitch. It's folded because this first column is all been joined. After I'm done with this tutorial, I am going to lay out what I have done so you can get an idea of what the blanket is going to look like. But let's get on with the tutorial. For this one here, I'm just using some scrap yarn. I have yarn I just mess with on squatching and stuff like that. I went ahead and did the first row. You chain 25 loosely, and then you single crochet starting in the second chain from the hook. 1 single crochet in each chain, and when you're done you should have 24 single crochets. Again, I have found doing the pattern that I have added a stitch here and there just to get it to make the block 7 inches, because one of my yarns is a little thinner than the other two. So once you do that, you're going to chain 2. So chain 2, and we're going to turn. Sorry, I had to start again. So you chain 2 and turn, and what you're going to do is you would half double crochet in the first single crochet and in each single crochet across. So you half double crochet, which is yarn over, and then pull through all 3. Yarn over, and you'll do this all the way across, and you should have 24 half double crochets. I will join you back here when I finish I'm down to the last stitch. Okay, so I have gone across and I'm coming to my last half double crochet. And you kind of cross, you should have 24. Now some people count their V-stitch here, some people come down and count here. The chain 2 turning chain does not count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, now when you do this, as you will with all of the blocks, you have a right side and a wrong side. This one in particular. So all I do is I use these little light bulb stitch markers, and I mark this so I know it's my right side. I picked the wrong yarn to use. This is a Woolies or Lion Brands one, but it splits, so I hope we won't have too many issues. So I know that's my right side because I will attach the block little tag there. I put the block number and what stitch it is. So there you have. And this is going to be your wrong side row, your right side row. So then we're going to go to row 3. We're going to chain 1. You're going to turn, and you're going to single crochet in each one of your 24 stitches. And from here on out, every wrong side row is just that, single crochet. All right, so I did my chain 1. I turned. So we single crochet all the way across, and single crochet is just yarn over through your stitch and pull through both loops, and you do that all the way across, and then we will be chaining 2 and turning the chain. So go ahead and put your stitches all the way across, single crochet in each stitch. Always check your stitch count. You should have 24 single crochets when you're done, and remember that the chain 2 turning chain does not count. And I will be back with you when I get to the end. Okay, we've done our chain 2 and turned, and you do a half double crochet in the first 2 single crochets. Now we're going to work the front post double crochet around the stitch below the next single crochet. So here's your next single crochet, and here's the stitch below it, which was the half double crochet we did. So you're going to yarn over, and you're going to come down and back out the front of the stitch. So you see how that looks on the other side? You're going to yarn over. Now this is a front post double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You go to the next one, next single crochet, go to the stitch below it, go in the rabbit hole, back out the rabbit hole. Okay, and then you yarn over, come up, yarn over, through 2, through 2. And there is your front post double crochet. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do 5 half double crochets and this is going to be our pattern repeat throughout. Work your front post double crochets and then half double crochet in the next 5 single crochets and repeat that. I'll show you in the pattern what I'm talking about. Okay, you see here we're on row 4. We did our chain 2. We did a half double crochet in the first 2 single crochets. Now this is our established pattern. We work a front post double crochet around the post of the stitch below the next single crochet twice. Now this may be what's confusing people. Skip 2 single crochets behind the front post double crochet, and I'm going to show you what they're talking about. Here's your 2 front post double crochets right here, here and here. If you rotate your work just a little bit, okay, you're going to see that behind them there are 2 single crochets. You skip these you do not, you just skip over them stitches, okay? Because when you go to do the next 5 half double crochets, you're gonna go right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna put half double crochets in those 5 stitches. So let's do that. So skip my 2 stitches. Like I said, I use my fingernail to find my stitch, and how you can check it is you should be able to turn it over and see 2 single crochets back there, and then just your half double crochet. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so there's our 2 front post double crochets. We just did 5 half double crochets, and we're going to repeat the front post double crochets. You ready? Okay, so yarn over, find your stitch, go down below it, go through the bunny hole behind it, and then up on the other side of the stitch. Yarn over, bring it up, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And we do that twice. Okay? Yarn over, find your stitch below, into bunny hole, up to bunny hole, around, up, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now remember those 2 single crochets behind those stitches. We just ignore them, and we're going to do 5 half double crochets the next 5 single crochets. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did 2 front post double crochets, 5 half doubles, 2 front post double crochets, 5 half double crochets. Now we're going to do 2 more front post double crochets. So find my stitch right here, and then the stitch below it. We're going to yarn over, down the bunny hole, back out the bunny hole, yarn over, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, we got 1 more, yarn over, find your stitch, go below, and then we're going to do 5 single crochet, 5 half double crochets. Again, ignore the 2 singles behind your front post double crochets. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Working around the camera, trying to look around it to see this. 4. That's 5. Okay, so we finished our 2 front posts. We did our 5 half double crochets, and in this last stitch right here, I'll do this for you. Okay, you did your 5 half double crochets. You're going to see right, it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to come down there and you're going to put a half double crochet. Pull your yarn up, go back, count your stitches. There should be 24. Okay, so let's count them. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Okay, and like I said, all of your wrong side rows are going to be single crochet in every stitch. So you chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to go and you're going to do a single crochet in each stitch. And you do that all the way across. Make sure you keep it at 24 stitches, and I will see you when we get ready to finish up the last couple stitches. Turn to go to the next row. Okay, we're coming down to the end here, but I want you to notice something. As you're going down, do you see how that's raised up here on the back? That we're on the wrong side. That is where you have your front post double crochets. I just thought I'd show you, that you can see there's 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, because that's the start of our chevron that you'll see right here. You have 3 chevrons. Okay, so I'm coming up to my last single crochets. Now make sure you have 24 stitches, or this pattern, that's where I messed up on mine. I didn't count my stitches, and I missed it, which throws the whole chevron off. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24. So I've got my 24 stitches. Now, we're on to row 6. We're going to chain 2. You're going to turn, and you're going to half double crochet in the first 3 single crochets. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I get some yarn here so I can work here. Okay, so there's your 3 half double crochets. Now we're going to front post double crochet again. Okay, we're going to do 2 front post double crochets around the next 2 singles, and then we're going to do 5 half double crochets. We're repeating the same pattern as we had. That is the pattern throughout this. You're just changing how many stitches you're doing in the beginning, the half double crochet, and that's how you see this chevron. Okay, because you start here and you do more and more and more, and then you start your decrease on how many you're doing, so it gives you the chevron. Okay, so let's do this again. We're going to yarn over, I'm going to find the stitch here, and there's your single crochet, and then we're going to go to the one below it, right here, and we're going to yarn over, one, yarn over, there's your single crochet, and this is actually your front post double crochet. You go around it, grab your yarn over through two, yarn over through two, and there's your front post double crochets. Remember, we skipped the 2 single crochets, so just kind of hold it there, and you're going to count 5. You're going to do 5 half double crochets. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will say, I am absolutely, I may be an advanced beginner crocheter, but I am a beginner tutorial person. But I hope this is helpful to you. Okay, so we're going to do our front post double crochets, 2 of them. We're going to yarn over, find your stitch, go to the stitch below, it's right here. You're going to go in the bunny hole, out the bunny hole, yarn over, pull up, complete your double crochet, yarn over, complete your double crochet. Now we'll do our 5 half double crochets. 1, 2, half double crochet, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're going to repeat our 2 half double crochet, our front post double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, find your stitch, go below it, in the bunny hole, on the back, up, grab your yarn, come up, yarn over, 2, through 2, complete your double crochet, do it again, there's my stitch, go below it, there you go, pull your yarn up, 1, 2, do your 5 half double crochets, remember, just hold your stitch here. So, actually, it's, we will be doing, 5 single half double crochet in the next 5 single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we'll finish this here, and see how you can start to see the beginning of your chevron. If I tilt it this way, you can see the front post double crochets. They're going to come, and they're going to go at an angle like this, and then it's going to come at an angle like that, just like this here. I don't know how well you can see it on this. Maybe if I hold it this way, you can see your chevron. Let's see. It goes up, and then up that way, and there are 3 of them that go across this. And that's where you get your chevron relief stitch. And pretty much that's the pattern. Again, remember, all wrong side rows, which just happen to be the odd rows, are single crochet. And there are 22 rows. Every other row's single crochet on your wrong side row. But all this is doing is you're going to notice that your stitches, you can actually look at the pattern here, the stitches here, we're on row 6, okay? Your first 3 single crochets, and you end with 5 single crochets. Then you come down, come back, do your come back to row 8 on the right side. It's 4 single crochets, and then these 5 half double crochets are what's between your chevrons. And then you look down here to your last thing there. You'll notice that the numbers are decreasing. Okay? All the way down through here. That is what's making your chevron. And then when you get here, when you've gone down to decrease, then you're going to, basically you're going to work backwards again. It tells you down here, repeat row 10, 8, 6, and 4 with your single crochet wrong side rows in between. And that is what creates, maybe the picture in here might be easier for you to see. If I can find a picture here of the chevron stitch. Yeah, right here. Okay, here's the chevron stitch in the pattern. So you can see your 3 chevrons, and you'll see how it's changing 1 stitch each row. Okay, here you're increasing 1 stitch on this side, and over here you're decreasing 1 stitch because of how you're doing your chevrons. And then you go backwards and you work yourself up that way, and that's where you get your chevron pattern at. So I hope this helped you. If anybody still has any questions, please message me, and I will gladly, if I have to, we can do a Zoom, or a video chat and see if that will help. I will have to say, of all the blocks I've done, I think this is the one I had the most trouble with. But once I figured out that I had to, it is so important, 24 stitches. Because if you don't keep your 24 stitches, your chevrons are not going to come out right. That's what happened to mine. That's why I ripped it out 3 different times. But finally it dawned on me. So, and your front post double crochets are hooking into each other, so it ties the chevron together. And remember, you do not count 2 stitches behind your front post double crochets, because if you turn it over, you'll see them right here. There's those 2 singles that we skipped when we were going to do our 5, or for whatever your half double crochet is. Count, I think it's 5 double crochets all the way between these here, and that's the Chevron Relief Stitch. So here's the finished product, and now I'm going to get this all straightened up, and I'm going to do another video with a lot of the blocks. I said I'm on column 3 halfway through, and so you get an idea of what it's looking like. So I hope this was helpful to you. Again, if you have any questions, leave me a message in the comment below. I will get back to you as soon as I can, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. You have a good day. Thank you. Okay, I just put some of the blocks. These are the first 3 columns. I have too many blocks to fit on my table, so but I thought you can get an idea of what it's going to start looking like. Okay, that's the first 3 columns. That I have other blocks over here that aren't the thing, but that's just to give you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like. So this will be on the video with that tutorial I did, just to give you an idea of what it's looking like. So I hope that tutorial and future tutorials will be helpful to you in doing these patterns. And if you'll notice, some of them are kind of wonky, but I will pin them out, measure out my my 7 inches, and I will straighten them out a little bit. And also, once they're sewed together, as you can see here, this is where they're joined. They're joined here, and if you that's all of column 1. And I have them all labeled so I know how to. I'm putting mine in the order that's on the pattern, but you can put yours in whatever order you want. But that is the Leisure Arts Heirloom Afghan, and just a little idea of what it's going to look like. So stay tuned for future tutorials. I will try to get some more done. I have a couple more videos to do tonight, so have yourself a good evening, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye to you from Deer Island, New Brunswick, Canada, in the Bay of Fundy.